of you have greatness inside of you. I want you to imagine if what was holding you back disappeared. What would you hope to achieve? I'm going to take you on a journey, and I'm going to take you on a journey to language using NLP. NLP was started by these two gentlemen, John Grandier and Richard Bandler, in the 1970s. Neuro means nervous system, linguistic means language, programming means programming is a system to rewire the brain. Richard Bandler and John Grandier modeled after this gentleman. He's known as one of the top hypnotherapists in the world. He passed away right now. His name is Dr. Erickson, and he was the one who used to model his mirror match his patients, and that was what Richard and John added on to NLP in the early years. Now, some of you probably would know one of their very best students, Anthony Robbins. One of his first bestseller selling audios. He was talking about NLP, and he trained with Richard Bandler and John Grandier. My first experience with NLP was when I was with a business. I wasn't making that many sales. I wasn't making that much money with the company. It's a communication company, and a leader at the time hired a consultant, and that consultant had a top student who was very good on the telephone. He had spent about $10,000 to train with Anthony Robbins and learn NLP, but he did it completely over the telephone. And he taught us how to mirror and match lead and pace over the telephone. Now, when you're doing it over the telephone, what you're matching is someone's tone and their volume, and also their tempo. And he went to other areas. He was talking about mindsets, critical thinking. Critical thinking is that if you need $10,000 for operation, do you have the capacity to go get it? Or in like a franchise, it usually costs like $400,000. Do you have the capacity to find that money? And a lot of people will if they don't have the money in the bank account, that will stop them. But that's actually something in business that you're looking for, the capacity to go out and take a risk and borrow the money to get started. So that's an example of critical thinking. And the other thing he talked about a lot is being in state. Being in state is your energy. You want to bring more energy than what's in the room, and because people subconsciously want to be with the person with the most energy. If you watch Anthony Robbins, you notice that he has a tremendous amount of energy up on the stage. So what happened there is that this gentleman, his name was Joe, he started to change my thinking, and I started to get better results. My second experience with NLP was fast forward a couple of years later, where I was with a company and a group of us had to leave, and I followed someone to another company, and he ended up leaving that company, started his own business. But there's another leader in that business that I'm friends with right now, and I made friends with him on Facebook. Those days we used to profile people on Facebook, and that was another skill that I learned. And I made friends with him, and we had a conversation over the telephone. And I didn't know at the time that he's a master trainer in NLP. And I went to do a project with him, and he taught me NLP, except this time it wasn't over the phone, it was person to person. we would mirror match people. You mirror match the way that their gestures, their posture, and their breathing. And we're not mimicking them, we're mirror matching them. So that, for example, if someone did something to the glasses, the technique is that you wait 6 seconds and then you scratch your neck. Or if someone is standing like this, you might stand something similar to that. And subconsciously, you're syncing with their nervous system, and people like people that are like them. So this is going on a subconscious level. So the last technique I want to talk to you, they call it the meta model. And I gave you a little resource there. And the meta model is based on language, which is they call it supposition, presupposition. And that's people assume things. And it has to do with the mind. The mind has a lot of filters, so people perceive things differently. So in that technique, if someone says that they don't like sales, then it's not based on any kind of reality. You can challenge it. And you need to ask some questions to find out why the person doesn't like sales. Because sales, for example, is something that is a skill that you learn. It's not something that you're born with. So it's a lot of the stuff. And I think I heard John talking to one of the members, and she didn't felt her limiting was that she didn't feel that she was ready to do an evaluation. And I like how John responded to it, because it was a challenge, where he said that, it doesn't matter, that you just do the best that you can, or something like that. A lot of times if you give the challenge out, you can disappear the limitation for pilots. So thank you very much.